Hi everybody. So this was a really good match, and I gotta say it was a back and forth battle. We were down and we were up, and we were up and we were down, and then we had to come back, and it was a good battle individually. But here we are in the tier 10 steel ship, German battleship of all things, Mecklenburg. Oh man, this was a fantastic pickup on my end. It really was. There's a lot of steel ships out there, right? We have Bargon, Stalingrad, Shiroshima, Ragnar, and to me, the two top contenders that most people always get is either a choice between Bargon or Stalingrad. But now I want to say, especially if you play battleships, right? Bargon and Mecklenburg. And if you're looking for like a battleship that's easy to play, you want those high damage games, right? Well, I'm gonna say Mecklenburg and Bargon are definitely the battleships to do it. Stalingrad is a great ship too, but it really suffers from being just burnt to death all the time. Like it just constantly keeps getting burned down to the point where it's been balanced, right? In lack of better words, the offensive capability is still there. It still hits super hard, but on the other side, when it comes to, defensive measures, concealment's way out there, slow to turn, very vulnerable citadel, and just burns easy, right? But if you're looking for a ship that's, like I said, fun to play with, Mecklenburg, I mean, it has 16 guns, accurate guns. So here we are, right? And we're gonna take our shot against the Moscow, right? We see the Colbert and everything, but it's one of those things where I can never really hit the Colbert. So I'm right here being indecisive. Should I shoot at the Colbert? I should be shooting the Colbert because he's the DD, but the Moscow is an easy target. It's slow. I can hit him. Right here, I'm like choosing to shoot at the Colbert, right? The gearing, I feel like he made a mistake, but not necessarily. I see a lot of DDs do this. They smoke up when they're in trouble, but they keep moving. Right, looking for us, we got 3 penetration. I mean, these are accurate guns, and we were able to get them down to 5k. But the gearing is still taking a lot of heat, a lot of heat. But we were able to get the Colbert down, and boom, first kill, right? We're up. Amazing. There's no other DD. There's only 2 DD. There's 4 DDs in the whole match: Colbert, Shimakaze, Albin, and Sherman, right? So cool. It seems based on the mini map, the other 2 DDs are a decap, and the only thing we have to worry about is making this push on the Moskva, right? I'm looking at the mini map. I see the Hindenburg. He's kiting away, right? That's what kiting ships do. And in Moskva, I guess he just understands he doesn't want to be stationary to be an easy target. So we are looking at the Moskva against Brazil 2021 on the M4, right? And we're just taking our time with him, right? He's at an angle where these 305s, remember, these are not big guns, right? Heavy cruisers got bigger guns than this, right? So we just lost our gearing, right? I'm assuming at this point he was in the Moskva's radar, and with the Venecia backing him up, yeah, he's just stood there too long. But like for us, we still have a small in our side to spot and everything. So I made a decision, right? It was just like, okay, he's just gonna be at an angle. So he just lost the Yamato at D side. Now you're gonna pay attention to D side, right? It seems like an even battle there, but that side will collapse. And of course, somebody went down the middle, and it's now capping B. So it's not looking so hot. So switch to HG. We're doing a good job on this Moskva, and we're going to just focus on Moskva down, right? Like I said, it's a slow cruiser when it's stationary. It's easy to hit, but it has really good top speed when it's on movement. So we lost the Cabo. I guess Cabo's in the bad spot at D. So based on the mean man, we have Sherman and Albin. So the only DD I could think that's at B is the Shimakaze. I'm still going for the push, right? Because I feel like we still have the advantage. Moskva is still low. He's down to 12k, 7k. I mean, we getting these fires. Now pay attention to our fire count. Right? When you use HG on this ship, you're going to get a lot of fires. Like straight up. Right? Slava's firing at us, but the problem with Slava is if you're not broadside and you angle, you can survive, right? So the fire took out the Moskva. That's our first kill. The next is that we're going to try to get on the Venecia. Now there's 2 battleships at sea holding down that flank, right? And Hindenburg is going right now to the B cap. And the Thunder is right there, but the Petrol and the GK at D is just stuck behind the island and can't move, which is bad, right? This is the problem with Russian cruisers sometimes. They're just so stationary, they can't move, right? Slava comes at us. I saw the shells coming, but I got a little too greedy, and then wanted to shoot on my gun. So I shot the HG at him because I knew he was gonna cut away. Right, 8 pins, not bad for AK. And then you're gonna notice I'm gonna call out a lot of my mistakes because this game we could have got this game a lot cleaner, but it happens. So right here, the Slava, I'm looking at the mini map, and this is a problem for me because the way they're spacing. The Slava's heading to the corner of the map, pretty much, and I see the GK coming our way, and I'm here, gotta make a decision, right? And during the live stream, I was like, okay, there's a Slava. I'm not gonna chase down the Slava, right? Because he's kiting away. He's gonna be hard to hit. I see the GK coming our way. That'd be easier to hit. And then it's taking the shots, but look at that, 9 pins. Another fire on the GK, and these sides collapsing fully. Like, it's just straight up collapsing, right? The advantage we had there, or the what we got going on, it's just starting to fail. But GK is still coming our way, right? Like I said, it's a big target. It makes it easy, especially for HE. Right, so we're going, and he DCP our last fire. So boom, another loss. We lost the Petrol, but that's 10 out of the 16, and another fire. We're getting good alpha. I'm getting good damage. I mean, we're just, you know, doing what we can. This is where I decided to use this island to cut that side, the Vermont and the GK, away from me, right? Because there's 3 ships over there, and they're all focusing me down. So all I'm gonna do is gonna hug around this island, and then just go back to focusing on the Slav, right? There's another fire on the Vermont, and I'll start slowing down immediately, right? I just want to be one-on-one with the Slav. The great thing about this ship is because you have 8 guns in the front, it's not a bad idea to, in this scenario, to just shoot the front guns only. GK's over there, and I'm trying to do multiple things at multiple times because we're down on ships. Got another fire on the Slava. That's our 7th fire. GK is still burning, and we decided to try to use our back gun to catch them on fire. But I realized here that I'm kind of like broadside to everybody, to a Vermont and a GK, and we lost the Yu Yang, so we're down. Right, it's not looking so good. We're down on ships. The whole these sides just completely collapsed badly. But we're getting some good damage on the GK. This is why I decided to, if we can get rid of the GK, it allows me to move more freely. So I'm gonna focus on the GK. Taking my time, waiting for my other guns to load. And sometimes I have a bad habit of waiting for all my guns to load before I fire. And my idea is if more guns are fired at the same time, the greater chance I'm gonna get some hits. So boom, another fire, and we lost the GK. So we were really down on ships. Yeah, like I'm telling you, we were so down. At this point, I'm like, man, this is gonna be a loss. So we keep going, and I'm trying to focus on the low health ship. And I did saw the shells from the Vermont, but I'm hoping that I slow down and maneuver fast enough that I can just avoid them. And right here, I want to say I was panicking, but I was trying to make a lot of things happen at once. GK's down to less than 2k, down to 66, 33, and that's another fire, and that's another kill. Here comes the Slava. Now we lost our GK. We're down on a lot of ships. What are we gonna do? Well, we do have 2 caps, but the whole D size collapsed. But bam, look at that, 12 shells, 15 shells hit, 3 non-pins, but 12 of them will hit, and it's another fire. So over there, the Yamato from across the map is trying to hit us, and he did. He got some good pins on us. At this point, I used my heal. I switched to AP because I see that the Slava was turning somewhat broadside to me. But this is what I feel like one of the other mistakes I did was just that, I see 3 battleships. A Yamato, a Vermont, and Slava. Earlier we saw the Yamato, and this is why I felt like I should have used my plane to focus on him. Right? If we could have focused on him, maybe this change, because he was down. He was really, really low. He took a lot of heat. At this point, the AP seems like it's not working as effectively as I want. And the GK on the other side, the enemy GK is at B. The Hindenburg has to go down the middle, right, to avoid that GK. right? So I go down here. I'm gonna do one more salvo on the AP, and I'm just trying to get a good salvo on using the AP, right? Right now, I can't really focus on trying to get burn damage, right? That was my mindset, but the AP just seems to be like disappointing me. And where I should have done is to switch. I should have been sticking with the HE the whole time, right? Because the Slava kept doing the thing. This is where I decided to change and just get on the HE. Right, so here we go, 11k with the AP, not bad, right? Alpha damage matters, but we see that he's on double fire. Nice. Our friendly Smolin's keeping him lit, and bam, right? The Yamato from across the map, he's like 22 kilometers. He's still trying to snipe me. And Smolin, great job. He got the tutorials right here. Bam. Now being focused, right? This is where it's important to always be aware. Always worry about being defensive first before being offense. Not worry about getting all your guns, right? But this is to me just trying to do the most I can. We got shots on the Vermont. We're building our shit. We're almost at 200k at this point. I see the Yamato, and I decided to go with the Yamato because he's just thinking bow in. Elbing and Vanessa is going down the channel to focus on our Hindenburg. The Monster and the Thunder, they're a little far too back for my liking, and I wish they would have moved up at this point. But I understand why they kind of slid back, right? So that's another fire. That's 10 fires, y'all. That is 10 fire we got on this game. The reason why I'm saying why they hang back is because the Thunderer was really, really low. The Sherman actually is the one that took out the Hindenburg. So they got 3 ships down that channel. But this actually gives us an advantage because that means 3 ships down that channel, they're out of the game. I see the Sherman's super low, and we were trying to really get this Sherman. The problem is he kept getting in and out of spotting, and that was irritating me. So we're going to switch back to the Yamato. Alright, so here we are, right? We're still down on ships. So what I really wanted, it was our Smolin to find that Sherman, right? The DPM on the Smolin can absolutely mark the Sherman at his point right there. So we got the Witherer, we have to bring down the Yamato, right? So first awards. Yamato was using his radar to focus down on the Sherman, right? Forcing this damn island's in my way, and I couldn't get him. Albany's still down the middle, and Vanessa's down the middle. We got another fire, we can Confederate, and everybody's on the Sherman. And I'm really hoping we just get him down. He's backing up. It seems like, oh my goodness, don't let him get away, don't let him get away. And we were able to get a small one, was able to capitalize. We have came back. We're 4 ships versus 4. Alright, the problem is, once again, the Thunderer is really low. And this is a really, right there, that was a game changer. The Smolin was not paying attention, and he was like too broadside or too vulnerable right there against the Vermont, and lost more than half his health. Smolin's feeling the heat, and he's shooting at HE as well. We're trying to bring down this Vermont. So boom, high caliber, and that's our next climb. Problem is, we just lost the Thunder to Venetia. Right, Venetia sap. The Thunder was just low, and bam. Here we are trying to focus on Vermont. I see the Smolin went dark, and this is where I really thought he should have used his concealment. I'm pointing at C-Cap that we really need the C-Cap. We know that there's only 2 ships there, Venetia and Elving. So here we are, we're trying to focus on this Vermont. We're really trying our best to get him down. And Vermont's a really agile ship. Even though it's super slow, it's pretty agile. It can turn pretty well. And we got 2 fires on the Vermont, and that's gonna burn for a moment, right? This is where I feel the Smolin made a mistake. The Vermont's already on fire, and Smolin's trying to add more damage. That's the problem, though. There's an Elbing and Vanessa down that tunnel, and he's being exposed. Now he's doing a great job. Yeah, see, he's doing a great job getting more damage on him, but you see, he's not paying attention to the mini-map. He's not paying attention to the last known, and he got killed by the Vermont. I felt like at that point he should have just stayed dark. So now we're down 2 ships versus 4, and we gotta make something happen. We just lost our, I want to say, one of our last hopes. Here we are. we're looking at the Venetia, and I'm trying to get a good salvo on him. This is where I'm like, where honestly I got confused, but it was a hard decision I had to make. I see the monster, he's going down the channel, he's trying to get the Elving, and he's trying to get the Elving, right? And I'm trying to see where the Zal's over there as well. I'm just a little spoiler, right? But he has to move up because the Venetia is going to have his broadside. Problem is that he's in between the Vermont, but I think the island actually protected him from the Vermont. Here we are, focus on that. I think he spotted those torps, thank goodness too. We're gonna focus on the Elbing, bam, and 5 hits. Amazing. He avoided those torps, and I'm here trying to help him out. This is where I felt like I made a mistake. Because I was so focused on getting the monster down, or not monster down, trying to help the monster with the Zal, that I was just being completely broadside to the Venetia. And this is where my mistake really cost me. I should have had more faith on the monster, taking care of that. But then when I was trying to turn away from the Venetia, I left myself super vulnerable to the Vermont. Right here, this is where I felt like I should have turned in, right? But if I would have turned in more, I would have been broadside to Venetia. He's down to 6-8. He's down to 8k. I could have absolutely got this Vermont down. I made a mistake right here. This was my mistake. I tried to slow down, try and turn in, and his alpha just got me. I honestly believe if we could have got the if we could have avoided that salvo, we could have got the Vermont down easy without no problem. And this was what I was saying. This was my mistake because I decided to turn in to face against, to help the monster against the Zal. But the problem was I should have not done that. I should have turned like more like bow in towards the monster, then at somewhat of an angle towards the Venetia, and still would have been protected from the Vermont alpha damage. Helped out the monster, and that way when Venetia, because Venetia was coming around that island, if I could have just stayed a little bow in, or maybe the other way around, or would have kited away, that way I could have avoided those Vermont shells even better. It was just a tough decision and a mistake on my end, and at that point, look at him, he's down to 8k, man. You know I could have got that man down. I absolutely could have got that man down. Monster trying his best to burn down the Vermont, but where the Venetias went out, he did a loopy-loop and went to the A cap. And at that point, the comeback that we try to get, it wasn't meant to be. It was seriously not meant to be. And that really is really unfortunate. Monster was trying his best to get the Vermont down. If I would have played that better, and it's like a lot of ifs, right? But it's good because there's a reason why I want to bring this video up on the YouTube channel, because even if you're having a great game, you can't be complacent at all. You got to maintain what you got you to that good game, right? Kept moving, angling away, using the armor, focus fire on low health ships. But right here, the monster just went broadside to get all his guns and got mopped. So good job on the Vermont. But hopefully y'all like that. And even though it's a loss, it was still a great game. I hope everyone is going to enjoy their day. Y'all take care. And if you like what you see, please check me out on the Twitch channel. Y'all, see y'all later.